Good evening, and welcome to the Thursday, March 28, 2019 monthly meeting of the Henrico County Public School Board. Thank you all for coming tonight. Members of the board, our first item of business is to approve the agenda. Is there a motion for approval of the agenda as presented?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
It's moved by Reverend Cooper. Is there a second?
Second. Oh,
Seconded by everybody else, by Mr. Pike. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. The agenda is approved. Before we move into the agenda, I would note for you and call to your attention that our colleague Mickey Ogburn is not here tonight. She participated in the work session earlier today via telephone. She's in Texas, waiting and perhaps celebrating already the birth of a grandchild. So I know that we are all excited for her for that. She did assure me that she'll be watching, this is videoed, and she'll be watching later, and she will review all of the comments that are made from the public as well as the comments that we make tonight on the agenda items. So we wish her all the best, she and her family. So, Madam Superintendent?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and we'll begin this evening's meeting, as we do all of our meetings, with a moment of silence followed by the pledge. So if you would please stand for a moment of silence. And that concludes our moment of silence. We'll now be led for the Pledge of Allegiance by students from Three Chopt Elementary School, and their school counselor, Elizabeth Valenta, is here to introduce the students who will be leading us in the pledge.
Good afternoon, I guess. I'd like to introduce you to our Three Chop SEA officers that have joined us for today. We have our president, Tess Fatoakis, and our secretary, Dorothy Mulvaney, and I have with me Robert Weinkoff, our resource teacher at Three Chop Elementary. So girls, you can lead us in the pledge.
Our students who shared the pledge with us, and next we'll have our performance highlight followed by a number of awards.
Hi, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
And before we get started with our highlight, this is the part of the agenda where we can introduce special visitors who might be with us. And I would like to point out that we have Dr. Ed Pruden, former principal of Douglas Freeman High School from 2000 to 2007 with us. He has a class with him from the University of Richmond of 8 students, so we welcome you to our meeting this evening.
Mr. Chair, members of the board, Dr. Cashwell, colleagues, and guests, it is my pleasure to introduce for our performance highlight this evening the Tucker High School Select Ladies Ensemble under the direction of Mr. Clint Miller. The students will be performing 2 selections this evening, La Lluvia and Crossing the Bar. Mr. Miller is completing his 20th year of teaching with Henrico County Public Schools. His choral students continually receive top ratings at choral assessments. Yesterday and today was our choral festival at Deep Run, and I'm going to brag on Mr. Miller a little bit. Every group that he took today got a perfect score, and that's pretty amazing. So will you thank him? The ladies are going to sing the 2 pieces that they sang at Choral Festival this morning. It is absolutely beautiful. Please help me welcome the Tucker High School Select Ensemble under the direction of Mr. Clint Miller.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, and Dr. Cashwell, and our special guest this evening. It is my pleasure to introduce the new Assistant Superintendent of Instruction, Dr. Leslie Hughes. Dr. Hughes earned her Bachelor's of Arts degrees in elementary education from Virginia Wesleyan University. She then went on to earn her master's degree in educational administration and supervision and her doctorate degree in educational administration and policy studies from the George Washington University. For the past 5 years, Dr. Hughes has served as the Executive Director of Elementary Teaching and Learning for Virginia Beach City Public Schools. In this role, she has developed curriculum, led professional learning efforts, provided oversight of federal programs to include Title I, Title II, and Title III, and she's instituted summer programs to address the summer slide and supported schools to attain full accreditation. Prior to her current role, Dr. Hughes served as a principal and an assistant principal, and we are so excited to have Dr. Hughes and her family join the Henrico County Public Schools family.
Thank you and good evening. Thank you to the members of the board and Superintendent Cashwell for this amazing opportunity to join the Henrico family. Over the last 5 years, I've had the opportunity to collaborate with Henrico staff on instructional as well as programmatic endeavors, and I'm so impressed by their collaborative spirit and their focus on students and the community and equity and just excellence overall. So I look forward to serving and supporting this community, teachers, principals, my fellow colleagues, and I'm ready to begin. So thank you very much. With me this evening is my husband, Charles Hughes, and we're just so honored to be a member of your family. Thank you very much.
I also have the pleasure to announce Anna Hatfield as the next specialist for English learners. Ms. Hatfield earned her bachelor's in child development from the University of Tennessee. She holds a Master's of Science degree in child development, also from the University of Tennessee, and a Master's of Education in early childhood education, also from the University of Tennessee. And her postmaster's certificate in educational leadership and supervision is from Virginia Commonwealth University. Anna has been a member of the Henrico family for over a decade. She has worked as a team leader and teacher at Glen Lee Elementary, a resource teacher at Adams Elementary, an associate principal at Ridge Elementary, and for the past 4 years, she has served as the principal of Ridge Elementary. Anna currently serves on the Superintendent's Advisory Council and was a 2019 finalist for the R.E.B. Distinguished Educator Award. When you spend time with Anna, you realize how passionate she is about her students, their families, and the teachers at Ridge Elementary. Through her leadership, Ridge Elementary has maintained a standard of excellence where students feel safe and supported and engaged daily to do their very best. Please join me in congratulating Anna Hatfield as Henrico's next English Learner Specialist.
Thank you, Dr. Tigan, for such a nice introduction. I'm very excited about this new endeavor, and I promise to honor our students and our families in the best way possible. And I have some huge shoes to fill. I just want to recognize Val Goss from this position and all her hard work for many years. So, Val, thank you for your dedication. I have an amazing school staff that I'm leaving, but some that came to support me this evening. So I have Ms. Rakes, one of our fabulous 5th grade teachers, our associate principal, Natalie Randolph, and then my main squeeze, my husband here, Mr. V.J. Hatfield. And we are honored to serve you, and thank you for this introduction.
Mr. Chairman, members of the school board, Dr. Cashwell, it is my privilege to introduce the newest member of the Department of Professional Learning and Leadership, our educational specialist, Ms. Kara Jean O'Neill. In addition to being a member of the Professional Learning and Leadership team, Ms. O'Neill will also support the Department of Equity and Diversity. Ms. O'Neill received her Bachelor of Arts and Master of Education degrees in Psychology from Randolph-Macon College, an Educational Specialist degree from the College of William & Mary, and a Postmaster Certificate in Educational Leadership from Virginia Commonwealth University. I'm proud to share that Ms. O'Neill is a graduate of Henrico County Schools and has served as a school psychologist in Henrico for 13 years. She currently works with the students on the campus of Virginia Randolph. In addition to her expertise in Henrico, Ms. O'Neill also served as a school psychologist with the Virginia Department of Corrections. While Ms. O'Neill is the newest member of the PLL department, she has been leading professional learning for both students and staff for a number of years. Training sessions have included cultural responsiveness, the impact of trauma, mindfulness, equity and diversity, and building relationships, just to name a few. Her knowledge, expertise, energy, and passion are a perfect fit for the professional learning team. Cara Jean, we look forward to you joining our team on July 1st, and we know that in your new role, your work will continue to have a positive impact on the entire Henrico learning community. Welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Weston, for such a nice introduction. Thank you, Dr. Cashwell, members of the school board, Dr. Tigan. I'm so excited about this new opportunity to serve Henrico County Public Schools. It's bittersweet to leave my current position at Virginia Randolph, but I'm really excited about the opportunity to serve a broader selection of our schools in our division. With me today is my main cheerleader, my husband, Brian O'Neill, also a graduate of Henrico County Public Schools, and my daughter, Ashton O'Neill, who is a proud third grader at Greenwood Elementary School. I also have a son who's a seventh grader at Hungry Creek, and he's at their multicultural night tonight, so he could not be here with us. But thank you very much. I'm excited.
At this point, I would ask Kim Ziegler to please come to the front. I am pleased to announce that Ms. Kim Ziegler, principal at Pocahontas Middle School, is the recipient of the 2019 R.E.B. Award for Distinguished Leadership. The R.E.B. Award seeks to recognize principals who go beyond the day-to-day demands of their positions to create an exceptional educational environment. The recipient of this award receives a $7,500 cash grant and an additional $7,500 for school projects. Ms. Ziegler was nominated by members of the Pocahontas team who share the following sentiments with the selection committee. I've never had a principal so involved in every aspect of the school. She is in classrooms, doing hall duty, monitoring lunch, teaches her own class, and so much more. It's impossible to find Kim in her office, for she is always out interacting with students and finding ways to make our school an even better than it already is. Another person wrote, "The biggest part of our school spirit is knowing that as a leader, there is nothing Kim would not do or ask us to do if she didn't see its inherent value. That's why when rolling out new initiatives, staff members are able to place their trust in her plans and her processes. They can be confident in knowing she has been meticulous in thinking through every aspect. She has sought the advice and opinions of leadership team members, and she is always willing to listen to a new idea or suggestion." Kim often says the greatest responsibility of a leader is to build the next one. With personnel, Kim has invested countless hours in all of her staff, making certain every member knows they are a part of a team and a part of the family. Congratulations, Kim. You are a respected and valued leader and are the most deserving of this prestigious award.
Next, we would like to recognize the Helping Hand Volunteer Award winners for March, an award that's presented to Henrico Schools volunteers who make extraordinary contributions to our schools. Let's begin with Richard Metters of Sandston Elementary School. Richard, would you come on up? And I understand Richard has at least 6 guests. Richard, would you like to introduce our special friends?
This is Harper. She is a first grader at Sandston Elementary. This is William. He is a third grader at Sandston Elementary. This is James. He is a kindergartner at Sandston Elementary. Grayson is a third grader at Sandston Elementary. Alvin is a first grader at Sandston Elementary. And Madison is a fifth grader at Sandston Elementary.
So 6 kids, that's it, that's the award. Let me tell you on a serious note a little bit about Richard, who was nominated by Leanna Moss Everhart and Sherry Hunt. Are Leanna and Sherry here by chance? Say hi, hello, hey. So Richard received 2 nominations for the Helping Hand Award, and says nominator Sherry Hunt, Richard is a great role model for our students and cares about each and every one of them. He's always willing and ready to volunteer no matter what is asked of him. Leanna says Richard cares about all our students at Sandston. Whether helping in the cafeteria or walking the halls, students recognize that Richard will be there to help. He's more than willing to do anything we ask of him. Caring and willing to do anything needed, 2 qualities of a great volunteer. Richard is a regular at lunch duty each week, attends every field trip for 4 grade levels at Sandston, and keeps track of the field trip lunch coolers, by the way. He worked to secure the school's pre-K playground and was part of the ribbon cutting. He's a big supporter of the pre-K Title I program and attends family engagement meetings. He's also heavily involved in the Man Up program and is a big recruiter for parent involvement at Sandston. Richard Metters, thank you very much. Tonight, we would also like to recognize Jessica Tutwiler of Highland Springs High School. Jessica, if you would come on up to the front, please. Jessica, your 6 kids are they here? Welcome up front. Jessica was nominated by Jeff Rombach. Is Jeff here by chance? Jeff's in the back. Hey, Jeff. So, at Highland Springs High School, Jessica Tutwiler is known as Miss Mom. That gives you some indication of her dedication and involvement at the school. Says Jessica is an incredible help to Highland Springs in many ways, but 2 in particular stand out. Jessica is the team mom for the Springers field hockey team, and if that's not enough mothering, she's also the center mom for the school Center for Engineering Specialty Center. In her field hockey role, says Jeff, Miss Mom sends weekly emails to parents, keeping them up to date. She supplies our concession stand and organizes the parent volunteers to staff it. She runs our fundraisers and works with the vendor to set up our spiritware store. On game days, she's the official scorer. She's organized cookie dough and pancake breakfast fundraisers for the Center for Engineering, and if that's not enough, Miss Mom served as chaperone when the school's Technology Student Association made a trip to the state conference and took Springer students to Atlanta for the National Technology Student Association Conference. Miss Mom Jessica Tutwiler, thank you for all that you do. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair, members of the board, Dr. Cashwell, colleagues, and guests, it is my pleasure to introduce you to the 2019 Henrico County Public Schools Spelling Bee Champion. Before we have our newest champion come forward, we would like to invite Joseph Chambers, our 2018 champion, to the front. Last year, we started the tradition of passing the Spelling Bee Champion Trophy from our past winner to our new champion. The trophy is housed at the School of the Spelling Bee Champion for the year. We are now pleased to introduce Vishnoy Vadakancheri from Moody Middle School and his parents. Vishnoy, if you would please come forward. Vishnoy is our 2019 Henrico County Public Schools Divisionwide Spelling Bee Champion. On March 9th, Vishnoy proudly represented our school district at the 45th Annual Richmond Times-Dispatch Regional Spelling Bee. Vishnoy, we are so very proud of the accomplishments you have made this year.
Mr. Chair, members of the board, Dr. Cashwell, colleagues, parents, and guests, it is my pleasure to introduce the 2019 Henrico County Music Educator of the Year, Mr. Christopher Mosley. Would you please come? All right, so we like Christopher. We got that. All right, so Christopher currently serves as the band and orchestra director at Varina High School with 13 years of teaching experience. He also is the conductor of the Richmond Symphony Youth Orchestra. The program pulls music students from all over the local school divisions. He is a featured performer with the Quintessential Jazz Ensemble and served as the advisory committee and musical director for the Richmond Nativity Pageant, was a featured performer for the Richmond Forum when Quincy Jones was there, and he developed and organized the original Battle of the Bands at City Stadium for Richmond City Schools. Christopher received his bachelor's degree in music education from Bethune-Cookman University in Daytona Beach, Florida. That sounds like fun. And completed a master's degree with Virginia Commonwealth University. At Varina High School, Christopher's students have had many opportunities to perform, including the Mayor's State of the City address for CBS Channel 6 on Virginia This Morning and at the Chick-fil-A Bowl. His orchestra and band students consistently earn superior ratings at district assessments, and Varina High School just recently received the recognition of being an honor band through the State Music Association. Christopher Mosley is the type of music educator that we all want our children to experience. His gentle manner, musical expertise, commitment to excellence, and passion for teaching combine to create the very best example of a music educator. Tonight, his very proud wife, Erica Mosley, is here. His children, Jordan and Josiah, I think Josiah is asleep. He's not that interested, are here. And so, Mom, we're just going to let you wave. We're not going to wake up Josiah. But even more importantly, this is how people impact lives. So Christopher's third grade band director is here tonight. Mr. Ron Coles, would you please stand, because that's what we're about. And what is his name? His awesome, now this is interesting, even his middle school band director is here tonight. Would you please stand? As teachers, we impact lives forever, and that is very evident with Christopher. Please help me honor a great musician, a great educator, a great friend, Christopher Mosley. Love you. Love you.
All right, a wonderful celebratory evening, a wonderful performance highlight. Got to meet our new administrative appointees and celebrate several special awards this evening. And now, to broaden our celebration a little bit more, Mr. Chairman and members of the school board, at this time I'm pleased to share highlights from the past month here in Henrico County Public Schools. So if you would direct your attention to the screens, you'll see community partnerships that benefit students, an emphasis on literacy, STEAM and innovation nights, and schools demonstrating the journey to becoming life ready. Please enjoy. As the winter turns to spring, Henrico County schools continue to excel. With community events, celebrations of the arts, and special guests, our schools are preparing life-ready students in so many ways. March began with Dr. Seuss's birthday, and Holiday Elementary celebrated the author with a visit from the Virginia State Police. At Ratcliffe Elementary, it was drop everything and read, as guest readers blanketed the school with books that spanned history to fantasy. Authors Richard and Kathy Verlander visited Verina Elementary to talk about their latest work. While at Ridge Elementary, students had a fun STEAM lesson that focused on creating habitats for baby chicks. Students at Maybury Elementary honed their deductive skills with the challenge of the mystery box.
Don't know what's inside this box.
And innovation was on display at Hungry Creek as students educated parents about science, technology, creativity, and more. Verina High School held a Life Ready Fair, a preview of what we will see at Henrico 21 in May. And students from our ACE centers were hands-on as they spent the day laying brick for our CTE house building projects. Visitors to our schools helped bring lessons to life, like these ER professionals who came by the Todd Phillips Center for Medical Sciences to demonstrate technologies used to diagnose a patient. Virginia Secretary of Education Atif Carney was at Hungry Creek. He was observing the Teachers on Tour collaboration with Greenwood Elementary. Knuckles Farm had a visit from a marine biologist from California who joined the class via Skype.
Here we are.
At Rolfe Middle School, students celebrated as they announced what specialty center they will attend next year. Former NFL star Michael Robinson gave an inspiring speech on overcoming adversity to the students at the Academy at Virginia Randolph. And it was my honor to personally surprise Pocahontas Middle School's Kim Sigler as this year's R.E.B. Award winner.
I can't imagine another place I'd rather spend from 8 to 5.
There were numerous events to involve students and families. For example, check out the Family Engagement Night at Henrico High School with information and services for parents and students. Student Government Day gave high school seniors the opportunity to see how education and government work from the inside. March is also the time we celebrate art and music in our schools, which culminates with the County Arts Festival that showcases the talents from every one of our schools. Talent was also on display as our middle school bands performed for local judges during their annual assessments. The sweet sounds of Henrico County, one of the best communities for music education.
Thank you, Dr. Cashwell, for that, and thank you all for being with us tonight, and all of the folks that we got to recognize. Mrs. Cock, would you get us started by sharing the mission statement?
I'd be happy to. Henrico County Public Schools, an innovative leader in educational excellence, will actively engage our students in diverse educational, social, and civic learning experiences that inspire and empower them to become contributing citizens.
Thank you very much. We always like to keep that at the forefront of what we do. At this point in our agenda is the public forum. This is a time where citizens are invited to address the school board on any matter of concern about the school division. Some citizens may have signed up in advance with the school board clerk, and we will follow that list first and then allow anyone else who wishes to speak to come to the podium and do so after we have completed the list. We ask that each speaker come to the microphone and clearly identify him or herself. Please give your name and any neighborhood or school affiliation. To assist you in tracking your time, there's a timekeeping system on the podium. Speakers will have a 4-minute time limit. The light will be green as you begin your remarks. The yellow light means that you have 1 minute remaining, and we ask that you promptly stop when the light turns red out of respect for the other speakers. The school board is here tonight to hear from you, the community. Speakers should speak directly to the board and share your thoughts. We will not be responding to speakers, but if you wish to be contacted by a staff member about your concerns, please make sure to leave your name and contact information on a sign-in form that is located on the table behind the microphone right at the edge of the room. We appreciate your attendance here tonight and sharing and providing your input. I believe we have one person for certain who's signed up, and that's Angela Hubbard. It's Ms. Hubbard. Yes, please come to the microphone.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Dr. Cashwell, and board. Thank you for your time this evening. As he mentioned, my name is Angela Hubbard. I am a mother of 3 girls, a 10th grader, a 9th grader, and a 7th grader in the Godwin, Pocahontas, and Gayton School District. And I will tell you that we have watched our girls blossom in Henrico County schools. I'm a former Henrico County employee, taught at John Rolfe Middle School, and absolutely have to say that I love what we do in this county, and I'm very pleased with all that Henrico County does. However, this evening I'm here with a concern. I had the opportunity today to speak with Ms. Ogburn and Dr. Teagan yesterday, and I just wanted to share my concerns over the recent announcement of the swap between principals at Short Pump Middle School and Pocahontas Middle School. As you saw this evening, Pocahontas is blessed to have one of the strongest middle school principals in the county. My middle child, Cameron, suffered with school anxiety for years. We dreaded the day that middle school came. Her anxiety started in 3rd grade. And she reported daily that she was sick to her stomach and would often get sick before school. She ended up at Pocahontas Middle School, and within a month, she came home and reported that kids are nicer, Mom, in middle school than they are in elementary. That doesn't happen. That is not normal, and I am thrilled to have had my girls go through Pocahontas. My concern comes with the swap, and no offense to the administration at Short Pump Middle School. They have huge shoes to fill. And we've heard, because we're so close and we worship with people and parents from Pocahontas Middle School, and we have kids on sporting events, we've heard less than stellar reports about the administrator there. Reports of parents feeling like their kids were shamed for SOL scores and called out in class to report for SOL remediation. When the parents reported this information, it was addressed, but the same thing happened the following year to the same student. The incident with locker rooms and the unannounced school drill, it's just a lack of leadership and judgment, and I'm afraid that we are setting him up for failure by placing him in a school that is used to excellence. I just don't understand the decision there, and I ask you to reconsider. Thank you so much for your time, and I would like someone to contact me, so I'll put my name over here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Hubbard. We don't have anyone else who signed up tonight. Is there anyone else present who would like to speak? Okay, very good. Well, thank you for sharing. And Mrs. Ogburn, as I said, I'm not sure if you were here for the beginning, but she's not here tonight, but she did and will review all of the comments, including yours, and the other material that we cover here tonight. So thank you. Oh, I beg your pardon, sir. I beg your pardon. I looked away.
And good evening, everyone. My name is Thomas McCauley, and thank you to Mr. Chairman, to the school board, Dr. Cashwell, for providing this opportunity to speak tonight. I am the proud principal of Short Pump Middle School and soon to be the proud principal of Pocahontas Middle School. And first, I am aware of some negativity and some concerns. I want everyone to know that First and foremost, I see advocacy. I see individuals who are passionate about their children and are speaking about what they are wanting to see. They want to see the R.E.B. certainly award recipient and individuals who have excellence, as was just explained. I do believe I carry those traits and qualities as well. This is my 25th year in Henrico County Public Schools, and I've had the opportunity and blessing to work in 5 different middle schools across the county. And I bring a wealth of experience, expertise, and a knowledge base to every institution of which I've had the opportunity and honor of which to work. And that would be no different at Pocahontas Middle School as well. I do have an open door policy at Short Pump Middle School and would like to extend to any individual who would like to have further conversations and an opportunity to get to know myself prior to next school year to start building a strong partnership, because we are partners. In every institution of which I've worked, my first love is what is in the best interest of the students, and that is always what parents want to hear from any administrator, from any teacher. Are they going to take care of my child? And the absolute answer is unequivocally, absolutely. And I am thrilled to have that opportunity and thrilled to have that opportunity at Pocahontas Middle School next year. I will be very proud to be a Hawk, much like I am proud to be a Puma. So if you would like to have a conversation with myself, please know it's an open door policy. I am welcoming those conversations because, again, it is extremely important that we understand we are a united front, and I am passionate about children. I am very proud of Short Pump Middle School. It does mean something to say that you are a Puma, and I know the climate and culture of Pocahontas Middle School embodies that same passion for where they are. They are very proud Hawks. They will continue to be proud Hawks, and I'm looking forward to working behind the scenes for the remainder of this school year with Miss Kim Sigler, and she will spend time at Short Pump Middle School, much like I'll spend time at Pocahontas Middle School, again, to ensure a very seamless transition. Again, I am excited, I am passionate, I have expertise, and I'm looking forward to bringing that passion to Pocahontas Middle School. Thank you very much for this opportunity to speak.
Yes, thank you, Mr. McCauley. Thank you very much. Is there anyone else that would like to speak tonight? Okay, very good. Well, thank you for sharing that as well, and for the previous comments. At this point, members of the board, our next item is the approval of the minutes. Is there a motion? We've all reviewed them, had an opportunity to provide corrections. Is there a motion to adopt the minutes as presented?
So moved.
Moved by Reverend Cooper. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mrs. Cock. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. The minutes are approved. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And for the first item under instruction this evening, the superintendent recommends that the school board approve the VSBA Excellence and Workforce Readiness Award application that you had the opportunity to hear about at this afternoon's work session.
We sure did, and we really appreciate Mac and his team putting that together, and look forward to getting a good result of that award application as well. For those that weren't here and may not know, if you haven't watched the news over the last year or so, we have a CTE signing day ceremony that has garnered attention across the nation, and it was born right here in Henrico County, in Henrico County Public Schools, with the idea of one and the energy of many. So we look forward to you taking that forward. Is there a motion that we approve the VSBA Excellent and Workforce Readiness Award application?
Mr. Chairman, I so approve.
Mrs. Cock has moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Pike. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Ayes have it. Bring back the gold. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Now we have a number of items for which I'll be seeking your approval under operations. And again, these are items for which you received information earlier today. The first is a request that the school board approve the proposal from Stantec in the amount of $200,000 to provide an assessment of 12 facilities for the purpose of long-range planning.
Members of the board, you've heard the superintendent's recommendation regarding the approval of the consulting services for long-range planning assessment. Is there a motion to adopt the superintendent's recommendation?
So moved.
Moved by Reverend Cooper. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Pike. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. The motion carries.
Thank you. Next is the request that the school board award a contract to Miller Flooring Company in the amount of $139,746.50 for the replacement of the gymnasium floor at Varina High School.
Thank you, Madam Superintendent. Members of the board, you've heard the superintendent's recommendation. Is there a motion to adopt her recommendation for the contract for the gym floor replacement at Bryan High School?
So moved.
Moved by Reverend Cooper. Is there a second?
Second?
Second by Mrs. Cock. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Ayes have it. Go Blue Devils.
Thank you. And the superintendent requests that the school board award a construction contract to Woodland Construction Incorporated in the amount of $137,900 for bathroom improvements at Carver Elementary School.
Of course, this is another one of the wonderful meals projects, meals tax projects that we've been able to undertake. So, is there a motion to adopt the superintendent's recommendation for the construction contract for bathroom improvements at Carver Elementary School?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Pike. Is there a second?
Second?
Second by Mrs. Cock. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Ayes have it. The motion carries. Thank you.
And finally, under operations, is the request that the school board award a contract to the Nature Conservancy in the amount of $281,000 for the provision of 5.62 acres of wetland mitigation credits at Highland Springs High School.
Thank you, Madam Superintendent. Members of the board, you've heard her recommendation. There's a motion to adopt the recommendation regarding purchase of wetland mitigation credits for Highland Springs High School replacement.
Mouthful.
I need somebody to move, please.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Pike. Is there a second?
Second?
Second by Mrs. Cock. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Go Springers.
Thank you. The next items are consent items and can be taken as a block, and they are the acceptance of monthly financial statement and budgetary status reports for the month ending February 28, 2019, acceptance of monthly financial statements for school nutrition services operation for the month ending February 28, 2019, approval of the pupil transportation employee appointments and releases, as well as approval of personnel items.
Members of the board, you've heard the superintendent's recommendation for the consent items. Is there a motion that we adopt the consent items as presented?
So moved.
Moved by Reverend Cooper. Is there a second?
Second?
Second by Mrs. Cock. All those in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it. The consent items are adopted as presented.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and that concludes items from the superintendent.
Thank you, ma'am. At this point, there will be items presented by the school board. Is there any unfinished business that any school board member wishes to bring forward? Is there any new business from the members? Yes, Mr. Pike.
Chair.
Yes, please.
I just would like to thank some people. I had the privilege of attending some events out at Godwin High School a couple of Saturdays ago, the STEM Awards, and then the Family Learning Night. I know that Reverend Cooper was there at Henrico High School. I attended a PALS, a Police Athletic League afternoon of play over at Harvey Elementary School. And then I want to thank the board for supporting the dedication of the Godwin High School Auditorium in honor of Mr. McDameron. They had a wonderful dedication program there Saturday afternoon. That was a really terrific event, and I want to thank the board for supporting that. And then I had the privilege last night of checking out the fifth grade innovation showcase at Pemberton Elementary School, and that was a well-attended event, and the fifth graders did an outstanding job. So thanks to everyone who was working behind the scenes to make those events happen. Very, very appreciative.
And thank you for sharing. Is there anyone else? Reverend Cooper?
I just wanted to thank those who participated and worked together Wednesday, who gave food donations to our family engagement department as they collected food for our children to take home on spring break, and as far as assisting our families throughout the year. So that is greatly appreciated.
Yes, good work on their behalf for our students. Anyone else, Ms. Scott? Yes.
Sure, I won't be left out. No, just kidding. I just wanted to say that Mr. Pike and I will be representing the board at the National School Board Conference starting tomorrow, and Dr. Cashwell and staff will also be attending.
And we appreciate you doing that on our behalf. So, good. We look forward to reports of good activities and learning opportunities there. If there's nothing else, then the next item is to announce our upcoming meetings. The next meeting will be April 18th. It will be our work session that is set to begin at 2, subject to adjustment on the time there. The evening meeting will begin at 6:30 here in the Newbridge Learning Center Auditorium. There being no further business, we are adjourned.